morning, people. Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here, and we are going to today be doing part of the missing link goings-ons. Got my book, The Missing Link. So, we've recently started doing this on YouTube, and when we get down to the mat, I'll show you more in the book. But basically what we've been doing is we've decided to go through this book, work on all of the skills, and eventually do the projects in the book. We're doing this weekly. I have invited people. If you look into the first video from last week, you will see that I've invited people who want to participate or do a video. And if you want to email me at thunderhorsedescendant, all one word, at gmail.com, your video, well, actually just email me and then I'll give you access to our shared folder, so that if you want to do a video of one of the projects or one of the skills, I highly welcome you to come and do that, because today we're going to do a wrapped loop, which I can do, but it's about to get a little dicey. Okay, so as we move forward, the skills are getting harder, and I'm doing this because I don't know how to do this. So if you came here looking for a tutorial, like you're like, oh, this girl knows how to do all the things in this book. That is not true. I'm doing this because I simply want to build skills. So I invite you, if you've felt intimidated, like I have felt intimidated about some of the skills that you see or whatever, we're learning together. We're learning together. So come, I invite you. Let's get on into the wrapped loop. Here we go. Alrighty, you guys. So what we are going to need for the wrapped loop is some wire. And we are going to need our round nose plier. And I'm just going to show you in the little book here what it says. I can find it. Here we go. So this is only the second, I'm going to raise you up a little bit. You're going to see my thing right here, but this is only the second skill, and this is going to show us how to do the wrapped loop. So it says right here, wrapped loop, wrapped loops. This is a fundamental technique in wire working. One wrapped loop will lead to another, putting you well on your way to making wire jewelry that lasts. Number one, hold the wire at least 2 inches or 5 centimeters from one end of the round nose pliers, making 90-degree bend. 90 degrees, like an L, like so. Grasp the bend in the wire with the round nose plier. Using your hand, bring the wire tail wrap up and around the top of the plier so that the tail points downward, as seen in figure 2. So it's figure 2. Boop. Remove the plier and reposition the bottom jaw inside of the curve. Pull the tail wire tightly around the bottom jaw of the plier, forming a complete loop. The straight wires will form a 90-degree angle, as seen in figure 3. Right here, it looks like a head pin, basically, or yeah. Let's see. Grasp the loop with the chain nose plier and wrap the tail wire around the straight wire 2 or 3 times. Be sure to keep the wires at a 90-degree angle to keep the wire wrapping straight. Trim the excess tail wire and press the end down with the chain nose plier, as seen in figure 4. There we go. All right, tips. It may seem silly, but an easy way to remember these steps is to compare them to building a snowman. First, you make his head, the wire loop. Then you wrap his scarf, the tail, around his neck. Oh, make a snowman, they said. All right, here we go. Here we go with our snowman. I'm going to be using 22 gauge tarnish resistant copper core smoky quartz wire from Taylor's Falls Beads. And here we go. So I use wire wrapped loops in basically everything I do. So this is the first time I've ever read instructions on how to do it. I've just been kind of self-taught, I guess. But Okay, so we're going to bend it 90 degrees so it looks like an L. That's what they said in the book. Grab a hold of the bend and reposition, bringing this 90 degrees so it makes a loop, as they have stated in the book. Okay, then it says grasp the loop with your chain nose and wrap this 2 to 3 times the tail. Trim the tail and tuck that in with your chain nose. And there we have a wire wrapped loop. So now I'm going to show you how I really do it. Okay, let me get a bead just for entertainment's sake here. Here's a bead. So how I do this, so I put my bead on here. And I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, so here I am, my one side, and this is how I do it. I leave space in between the bead and where I'm going to bend. The reason I do that is because that's where I'm going to fill that space up with the wire wrap when I come back around. So I leave a little space. Generally, when I turn my plier, the bottom of my plier is going to be pretty much right up against the bead. Maybe it's a little extra depending on how much you want to do. I'm going to bring this around the top of my plier. So it looks like this. Okay. Then I let go of my plier, I spin it around to the other side so that when I'm bringing this around, I'm forming the loop. Okay, so now we have, looks like this. Okay, and then I don't, this is my personal goings-ons, I don't get the chain nose involved until after I've wrapped. So once I have it on there like so, I then wrap it around. Then I flush cut. Then I bring the chain nose in. I kind of squish this straight. And I get a hold of the little tail and I bring him in. Kind of go around just to make sure everything is looking nice. So that is how I do it. Now, if you end up like this, we got one on this way and one going this way, I just grab a hold of it like this. And this, and I go boom. You can get about half a turn out of there before you break anything. And that is the wire wrapped loop. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. It's about to get harder. I'm looking for next week. It looks like we are going to be doing coiled wire and jump rings. So I think we might do coiled wire and jump rings together because you coil the wire to make the jump rings. Here's the example of the jump rings. So I think next week we'll do those two together as we move forward. And then it gets harder after that. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. These are also videos that I can then list in other videos and be like, oh, if you don't know how to do this and you want a more intel, a more like detailed whatever on how to do this, then I can reference this video and link it in future videos. So that's what I got going on today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing BD day. Please give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys again later.